Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 121, Unlocking the Flow, Balancing the Inhale and the Exhales. So have you ever noticed how life feels off when you either stay constantly busy or you're endlessly resting without any direction? Well, I've lived both of these extremes. And what I discovered is that this thing called the flow comes from the balance of doing both, including doing and being, purposeful action, combined with sacred rest. So think of it as a dance of balance where life is like a breath. And the inhale is the action and the exhale is the rest period. So just like with breath, one breath, inhale and exhale, fuels the next, and that sustains and fuels us. So in doing, that manifest with purpose, and being, just being still, anchors you in your presence. So what is this thing called flow? Well, flow is the natural rhythm of energy between action and rest. It's like a river. Sometimes it moves swiftly and other times it's calm and still, but both are part of its nature. For years, I thought stillness meant that I was stuck, but over time I realized that the quiet seasons were actually the times when my deepest healing was taking place. A couple episodes ago, it was episode number 119, I entitled that Stillness Without Stagnation, and that's about spending time in stillness, but still being productive. And check out episode 119. So I think it's also titled Planted But Not Buried. All right, moving on. So there's an up and a downside to being constantly busy. And there's an up and a downside to resting too much too. So here's the trap of overdoing first. Well, as you know, our culture celebrates productivity, but we need to remember that nonstop action without rest can lead to feeling depleted. So one of the traps of overdoing is that we confuse busyness with progress. And we get into the overdoing to mask avoidance. This results in burnout, exhaustion, resentment, and pulls us out of alignment with our body, mind, and spirit. It's ego that's pushing us to do more and to prove ourselves to ourselves and to those around us. And also, there's a fear of the stillness, of what you might discover about yourself and what thoughts that you'll be presented with. So the gift of downtime, that includes these kind of things. Stillness is where integration and creativity are born. Everyday examples include stepping away from a problem and suddenly finding the answer without trying to make that happen. And then resting allows the body, mind, and spirit to align. And examples of this would be choosing sleep over scrolling late at night, taking a nature walk after a conflict instead of escalating the situation, and even having a mindful cup of tea or coffee and taking a little break can definitely be a gift to yourself with just a little bit of downtime. So when I finally surrendered to the concept of downtime, it felt uncomfortable at first. And as I mentioned a minute ago, I had to come to the realization that I wasn't stuck, that there was actually deep inner healing being accomplished. But in those pauses, in the stillness, there's breakthroughs that come. And what comes with these breakthroughs is clarity, self-awareness, and strength to take more aligned action in our lives. So my healing journey has taught me that flow isn't about constantly doing or permanently resting. It's about trusting the rhythm of these two actions within our life. Sometimes flow calls me to rise and act, and other times it calls me to sit in stillness and just allow. So here's some reflection prompts for you to put in your journal if you're keeping one, to consider and mull over these and see what you come up with as an answer regarding yourself and your own life. So the first question is, am I acting with purpose or just staying busy to avoid stillness? The second question is, where in my life do I feel resistance to slowing down? The next question is, when was the last time rest gave me clarity or healing? And then the fourth question is, what's one small intentional action that I can take today that aligns with my deeper purpose? So, in our closing statement here today, I just want to say this. Unlocking flow isn't about choosing action over rest or rest over action. It's about allowing these two things to complement one another. My own healing has shown me that both are essential, and when I honor my doing with my being, when I honor my action and my stillness, life moves with greater ease, creativity, and healing, and so will yours. It's learning to recognize these signals, these inner signals that are trying to get our attention to tell us whether it's time for action or rest, of course, based on your schedule. There's times when you're going to have action and you might not feel like it, but do it anyway and take your rest later. So I hope you've been doing well and taking good care of yourselves. I'll be back again soon, within a week. I'm just going to say a week now because I just can't seem to get videos out every third day. But I'll shoot for 5 this time, and hopefully I'll get another one out to you soon. I know that I will. It's just a matter of how many days will it be before that happens. But not too many days, I promise. So take good care until I see you next time. And that's it for today. I wish you peace, love, and light. And I'll see you next time.